Hello and welcome to episode 17 of our Let's Play for The Lord of the Rings. In the last episode, we found Durin's axe and we reached the Chamber of Records. And now we've got orcs in hot pursuit of us, so now it's the time for us to escape from Moria, since we found everything we need. And so we took some stairs down from the 7th level, and that brought us out on the western side of the 3rd level. And the exit of Moria is on the 1st level, or the 1st deep. So we have to make our way down 2 levels to the eastern side in order to get away. In the distance, from a direction you cannot determine, you hear the sounds of drums, orc drums. So more orcs, it sounds like, that we'll have to deal with. And that's where the maze was, so the hallway down is here on the eastern side. Gimli frowns, we're descending deeper, and we're going to take a different route down to the 1st level than we've been taking before. That will help. It'll put us out closer to the eastern side. I don't think it's no, it's not here. It's the next one. Oh no, it's this one at the end here. Gimli frowns. We seem to be descending deeper, so now we are on the 1st level. And we have more orcs here. Although luckily the groups of orcs aren't too big for us to deal with, since we were pretty stealthy throughout our whole journey in Moria, so we didn't alert that many orcs to our presence. But nonetheless, we should get out. Now we have 4 here to deal with. They're a little bit tougher Uruks. But luckily, you can kind of make out a little bit of a bridge in the bottom right-hand corner, and that's actually the bridge that we need to take to get out. So we're in the home stretch here. So just cross this bridge. A slender bridge of stone spans the black chasm in a single curving span of 50 feet. Beyond the fire to the west, hundreds of black figures swarm angrily. They brandish spears and scimitars which shine red as blood in the firelight. The rolling thunder of the drum beats grows louder and louder. Doom, 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 doom. Arrows begin falling all around you. To the west, dark silhouettes of trolls place great slabs of stone across the fire. Yet before they can cross, a spasm of fear breaks like a wave against the companions of the ring. The Balrog has come, wrapped in fire and darkness. "Fly, this is a foe beyond any of you," Gandalf cries. "Only the full power of a wizard might stand against it. Might." To your horror, you recognize the dark shape that is crossing the chasm, a shape from the nightmares of all elves, a Balrog of Morgoth. During the wars of the first age of Middle-earth, many elven heroes died at the hands of these demonic creatures. Fingon, Ecthelion, and even the great Fëanor himself. Of all the elf-banes of Middle-earth, only Sauron himself is more deadly. You are doomed. We're going to have a lot to read here. The dark form that is crossing the narrow bridge is recognizable as Durin's Bane, the slayer of Durin the Sixth. It was this creature that drove the dwarves from Moria and has haunted the memory of all dwarves ever since. You are doomed. They're really driving that doomed thing home. The creature that approaches is a Balrog, a spirit of great and ancient evil. Eons ago, they were corrupted by the Dark Lord Morgoth into the service of evil, and Morgoth made them his fiercest warriors, and gave them great power. Only a wizard using the full power of his staff might defeat this monster, either a wizard or a relic of greater power. And just like in the 7th deep, if you move from here, he will instantly attack you and do a good bit of damage, and will probably kill a couple of your members before the battle even starts. But it said we could use the full power of a wizard, and I'm going to take this chance to give away some of Gandalf's stuff here. Although I think I I did. He needs the wizard staff. So we can use Gandalf's staff to hopefully deal with the Balrog.
Fly, all of you! Fly! Up the stairs, straight on! Fly! You cannot help me! You cannot pass. I am a servant of the secret fire. You cannot pass. Go back to the shadow.
I just want to say real quick that that Balrog in the animation is one of the least. It's so underwhelming and looks kind of lame and cheesy to me. But just one thing you can point out, the bridge is actually still here intact if you feel like crossing it again. But I'm going to make Aragorn the party leader here real quick. And so now we've left Moria. Unconcerned for the suffering that you endured in Moria, 3 huge Uruk guards raised their swords, eager to complete the destruction of the Fellowship. Even without Gandalf, they shouldn't be much of a problem. I'm also going to real quickly trade some items here. And from Frodo as well. Although I guess we don't need the star key anymore, although we might go back to Moria for something. And it may seem a little dark here, but it is supposed to kind of look this way. Suddenly you are overwhelmed by a feeling of intense evil. The weaker members are overcome with dizziness and sickness. The shadow has fallen. You recover from the black breath to find the ring-bearer is gone. In all likelihood, the ring-bearer has been taken to Dol Guldur, one of you remarks. We may be able to rescue him. The elves of Lothlorien, which is east of here, may help us. You notice Sam Gamgee is now gone. You can see why I traded some other stuff, especially the stuff that Sam has, like the shovel and all that. You'll definitely want to hang on to. But, yeah, so we've lost a couple of party members within a pretty short span of each other, so, said we needed to go to Lothlorien and, try and get help there so we could get the ring-bearer back. The dwarves among you forget the recent misfortunes that have befallen the Fellowship, and get very excited by the sight of this stone. This pillar marks the place where Durin first looked into the Mirror. Let us go look there ere we go. I think the dwarves in your party get a stat boost when you see that. The waterfall holds special meaning for Legolas. He tells the story of Nimrodel and Amroth, two elves who loved each other deeply. When the dwarves awoke the evil within the mountains, many elves fled Lothlorien, and Amroth waited for her to come to the elf havens in the south. But Nimrodel was lost in the White Mountains and was never seen again. And yet this waterfall remembers her, for if you listen very carefully to it, you can hear her voice singing in the sound of the cascade. Well, the Mirror is, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's this body of water down here. You behold Mirror, Khazad-Dum in the tongue of the dwarves. Its dark waters offer no reflection, but those who stare in its black sheen can often see many strange things. The water is alive with the light of Erendel's star. I guess we get a bit of a nice view. But now we do need to enter Lothlorien. There lie the woods of Lothlorien, says Legolas, the fairest of all the dwellings of my people, were that it were springtime. Boromir is less than enthused about entering Lorien. In Gondor they say none enter these woods unscathed. Aragorn replies, say not unscathed, but if you say unchanged, then maybe you will speak the truth. But only evil need fear it, or those who bring some evil with them. So right across the bridge here. So there's quite a lot to do back to the west near the mountains, but first it is best to stop off in Lorien. There's some quests and stuff you can get. Darrow, a commanding elven voice calls out to the fellowship. Stand still, do not move or speak. Out of the shadows a ladder descends from the trees. In these dark times, the elven commander says, we require a password. And if you wait too long, I think you get captured and the game ends, or if you try and force your way past, the same thing happens. So we will have to give a password. And we were told by Elrond back in Rivendell that if any of his kin needed a password, pretty much, then we could use his name. I guess I should read what he says. None may enter the Golden Woods without the permission of a high elven lord. And we have one. The authority of Elrond will allow you to pass. After some argument, the elves blindfold you and escort you into the Golden Wood. Haldir removes the blindfolds. You have come to Cairn Amroth. In ancient times the heart of our realm. Here ever blooms the winter flowers and the unfading grass. The yellow Elanor, the pale Nifredel. Follow the stream to Galadriel. This place has a special place in Aragorn's heart. Here he plighted his troth to the Lady Arwen. If you go up on this hill, you can actually find an item. You discover an item of extreme value. And this will come into play in one of our quests we have later on. So we need to enter the city. You enter the gates of Khazad-Dum, the city of the trees. No folk can you see, but there are many voices about you. In the distance you hear the sound of singing falling from on high, like soft rain upon the leaves. It is a wondrous place. And so the first place we'll need to stop off is to see Lady Galadriel. That isn't her. On this piece of grass a young elf maid sits. She is not frightened of you, but your presence has not changed her melancholy demeanor. I sit in the shadows, she says, and I think of the great shadow to come. Lorien is doomed. The shadow has won. We're going to come back and talk to her a bit later, but we were told to follow the stream to Galadriel. Looking northwest, you spot the tallest tree, Malorn or otherwise, that you have ever seen. Surely that must be the home of Galadriel and Celeborn. Is this tree they're talking about?
Welcome to Lothlorien. I am Galadriel, and this is my lord Celeborn. The forests have told us of your loss. We sorrow for you, and for all of Middle-earth.
Rest here now for a little, until you are healed. Your quest is known to us.
Galadriel greets you. Welcome to Khazad-Dum. I sympathize with your sadness. I saw the ring-bearer taken by the Black Captain at the gates of Moria and taken to Dol Guldur. Still, we must put aside our sorrow for the quest's sake. We will discuss this further at the Mere. After that, when you are ready to depart, go to the Hive and await the elven ships. Ask my commanders for aid, for they are valiant. There are 5 objects of power that you might seek: a crown of Alanor, a scabbard, a silver horn, an elf stone, and the light of Arendel's star. If you find these, bring them here, though you may depart without them, and I will help you if I can. Well, I think that will be a good place for us to stop this video, and so ahead of us we get to explore the rest of Lothlorien, and like I mentioned, back by the mountains there's some stuff for us to do, so we'll take care of all that in the next video.